In the headlines, terrorists kill 3, abduct many in Niger State. People's Democratic Party elects 2 governorship candidates at parallel primaries in Osun State. Deputy Inspector General of Police in charge of forced criminal investigation dies in Abuja. And U.S. rejects Poland's offer to send MiG-29 fighter jets to Ukraine. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Update. I am Zainab Bala. Hello and welcome. Now, 3 persons have been reportedly killed by terrorists in Angwontoma, a community in Munya local government area of Niger State. The Niger State Commissioner for Local Government, Chieftaincy Affairs and Internal Security, Emmanuel Umar, confirmed the attacks, but could not give the exact number of casualties as of the time of filing the report, adding that cattle were rustled in Nasco, while security operatives were deployed to block their escape route and engage them. The bandits buckled shops in Zazaga, where they carted away foodstuffs, and also blocked Sarkim Power Mina Road on Tuesday evening, and also buckled shops around and stole foodstuffs as they invaded Nasco, the headquarters of Magama local government area, where they rustled cattle on Monday evening. Still ahead, gunmen killed 2 before abducting a reverend father and 2 others in the early hours of Tuesday at Kudendeng in Chikun local government area in Kaduna State. Some residents of the area narrate their experience to Trust TV.
According to the residents, the gunmen stormed the community in large numbers, shooting sporadically, and panicked the residents.
What really happened is only God that can explain more better, because we try to escape ourselves and try to secure our lives. But unfortunately, on the place of running, coming back, we met a man on the floor, and we noticed that he's dead already. So that is what we can really say about what really happened to the man. So because people here, we are just trying to find a way to escape ourselves. The number of people that came to this place, they are, in short, we can't just exaggerate. They are much, and the number of guns we are hearing, we can't count it, because they think that everybody just have to run. It's something that is more than 10, more than 20. So we just have to look for one way or the other to secure our own lives.
Yesterday around, let me say today, around 1:40 like that, we started hearing gunshots everywhere. So, you know, say not be everything where you hear and you go come out. We will just dey inside house. Before you know, this morning, one security man now come and say, we with the house. We don't know anything they happen. See anything they happen, they come Catholic church, come carry Reverend Father. So tell them keep person, the security man. But them plenty, because my house they near Catholic church. When they work out, we go know say them plenty. Maybe like them plenty. Even before my street self, you get one way we say, the can't go away, oh bros. If you hear the sound self, you know if you come out. You just hear prrp, prrp. Now wait you just hear, you know if you come out. Wait you want carry cutlass, they come out, I be knife. Let the government help us. We need the government. We need their help. Let them come and help us. If not, so we are dying. We are dying.
Isiaka Aremu is one of the 2 persons killed by the gunmen. His son, Abdurrahman Aremu, speaks on his father's death.
Because of the insecurity purposes, we don't sleep here, so he's the only one sleeping here. So I don't know what happened. I just heard call this morning that he's dead, so I don't really know what happened. I feel bad. Besides, no insecurity, no.
Now, at least 3 people have been killed and over 19 others, including women and children, were abducted in separate attacks on some communities in Jibia and Batsari local government areas of Katsina State. Locals say suspected bandits move freely in and around the communities with sophisticated weapons, threatening to kill anyone who informs security agents about their activities. Now, the affected are all in Batsari and Jibia local government area of Katsina. Abdullahi Yamadi has the report.
The suspected bandits have also sent a letter threatening to attack Kandawa village of Batsari local government area, warning the villagers to leave or risk being killed. Most of the people from the affected communities, especially Kandawa, have since fled for the fear of the attacks. I can recall about 6 to 7 people that remain in Yangaye village out of over 5,000 of us in the village. It is unfortunate that people are left at the mercy of God. We are confused. When Trust Television met with some people who fled their areas to Katsina for the fear of attacks, they say there are insignificant number of people left in some of the affected villages that cannot afford to come to the city or any other place for safety. They say they left people in those affected villages with nothing to eat, mostly disabled and elderly people who are very weak.
Yes, he said I yes, amma I kusan da inda yammacin Katsina ne to gaskiya mutane da yawa.
The little our people produced in their farms have been exhausted. We have nothing to call our own. You start from Kurmel, Yangaya, Dankar, Kandawa, Sawa. Each of these villages has a population of over 4,000 people. Hardly you get 50 people in each of the villages now. All the rest have fled to various towns and villages.
Sannan Tsawa.
Falale in suka biyo wannan hanya ta 'yan babura ta ƙasa sai sun kai jan tsauni.
The bandits move freely with dangerous weapons. People live in fear and confusion. The bandits rob people in a broad daylight. They take everything and anything valuable. The villagers have been rendered poor and worthless. God forbid.
Haka suka cika ransu babu baka awa ɗaya akalla.
Another problem being faced by people of those communities are incessant abductions and assaults, besides imposing levies on the already poor villagers by the bandits. The worst part of it is lack of government presence in all the affected communities, and the cry that the bandits have taken over their primary schools, clinics and even courts, as well as police outposts in some cases, forcing their children out of school. Another village affected by the incessant bandits' attack is Gangala of Jibia local government area, where hardly a day passes without recording an attack, kidnapping, especially now that the bandits have rustled all the domestic animals in the area. Alhaji Halilu Buhari, who is the chairman of Dara District Association in Jibia local government area, said their people are forced to pay taxes to bandits and called on the authorities concerned to come to their aid.
They have something to do inside their village. Many of them, they are farmers, cattle rearers, and many more. So due to that banditry, make them to transfer or to abolish the area and come back in this town and stay doing nothing.
So he said the establishment of the military base in Gangara village will not only end the incessant attacks on Jibia and Batsari communities, but also protect the bandits from infiltrating into Katsina and Batagara local government areas. Abdullahi Ismail Ahmadi, Trust Television News, Katsina.
Quite tragic. Still ahead, the embattled governor of Ebonyi State, David Umahi, on Tuesday, stressed that he remains the governor of the state, not minding the ruling by the Federal High Court in Abuja. Briefing newsmen in his office at the new government house, Abakaliki, Umahi, who described the ruling as jungle justice and purchase judgment, also noted that the ruling is not a good development for the judiciary. The court had sacked Umahi and his deputy Kelechi Igwe from office and directed that the duo should not parade themselves as governor and deputy governor respectively. Similarly, chairman of the APC in the state, Stanley Omega, in a swift reaction, said the presiding judge erred in his judgment, which he described as an abuse of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Nigeria as amended, noting that already a subsisting judgment of a high court in Abakaliki and also in Zamfara State ruled that a serving governor or his deputy cannot be sacked from office on account of their defection to another party. Now, following this mixed reaction trail High Court judgment sacking Ebonyi State Governor David Umahi and his deputy for cross-carpeting to the ruling All Progressive Congress, APC, from the People's Democratic Party, PDP. While many see the judgment as a good omen to sanitize the nation's polity and safeguard electoral mandate, others see it as miscarriage of justice. Trust TV's Shafiu Suleiman reports.
Justice Inyang Eko of the Federal High Court judgment in a suit filed by the People's Democratic Party, PDP, challenging the defection of the Ebonyi State Governor and his deputy to the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, held that the respondents have erred by defecting to another party other than the platform in which the electorates gave them the mandate, asking them to vacate their seats for replacement by the plaintiff. Reacting to the judgment, Chairman Inter-Party Advisory Council IPAC, Yabagi Yusuf Sani, described it as a landmark judgment that will address the arbitrary defections by elected officials without recourse to the people's mandate.
Even as IPAC, notwithstanding the fact that the person that may suffer losses is also a member of IPAC, we stand for what we believe is the right thing for the nation, for democracy itself as a whole. So that's why we are totally in support of the decision of the Federal High Court Abuja, and we salute their courage. And we are encouraging them to please do more, because there are more cases like that that are travesty of the tenets of democracy itself.
Other Nigerians share their views on the High Court judgment they described as overdue, considering similar occurrences in the polity with impunity.
The court or the judiciary is just waking up from their slumber, because if they have been doing this, I don't think the politicians will be jumping from one party to the other. But I think if this thing will go through, maybe they will learn their lesson.
For me, this stuff has been occurring for a very long time. So I'm not going to be the first person that you want to use as example that you want to sanitize the governor or be the political system before you tell me no, it's not possible.
Ebonyi State Governor David Umahi had last year defected from the political platform that gave him the mandate alongside his deputy to the ruling APC with a view to join the presidential contests. Shafiu Suleiman, Trust TV News, Abuja.
There you go. Senator Ademola Adeleke is declared winner of the governorship primary election of the People's Democratic Party in Osun State. The PDP primary held at the 10,000 capacity Osogbo Stadium was also contested by Dotun Obayemi. The primary election reportedly held amid allegation of bias and litigations. Recall that Senator Adeleke emerged the PDP's flag bearer in 2018 when he lost to incumbent Gboyega Oyetola of the All Progressive Congress. The governorship election is scheduled to hold on July 16th. Similarly, Dotun Babayemi has emerged the gubernatorial candidate of the Wale Ojo-led faction of the People's Democratic Party in Osun State. Results at the end of the factional primaries, which held at WOCDIF Event Center Osogbo, indicated that Babayemi polled 1,781 votes. According to the returning officer Adelani Ajanaku, even though some other aspirants have stepped down from the contest, they still made some votes. Elsewhere, the House of Representatives has rescinded its earlier decision on 3 of the gender bills it voted against during the consideration of 68 recommendations during constitutional amendment last week. The Speaker, while making the announcement, said the decision by the House is set to give the women a sense of belonging, especially coming at this time when the world is celebrating the International Women's Day. The report.
Speaker, House of Representatives Femi Gbajabiamila made the announcement on the floor at plenary after the House had held a brief executive session before start of the day's legislative business. The Speaker said the House decision is born out of quest for equity and for good of nations, particularly coming at this time of the International Women's Day celebration. He assured that the bills will come up again for voting in 4 weeks, adding that if there is a difference in the decision taken by both chambers, there will be harmonization on the bills, since the Constitution under Section 5 allows the Parliament to regulate itself. The bill listed by the Chairman House Committee on Rules and Business includes the Indigenship Bill, Citizenship Bill, and the 35% political party leadership position for women.
The House, in its wisdom, has decided to take a course of action for the good of the country. And that action is to rescind 3 of the decisions that were taken on that day, and after the rescission, release them on the next set of amendments coming up. I believe, Deputy Speaker, in the next 4 weeks, within the next 4 weeks, it will come up again for voting. But the important thing is that we rescind 3 of those decisions.
You recall that on the 1st of March, the House voted for 68 items in respect of a constitutional amendment. However, the aforementioned 3 bills could not step through because you could not obtain the 2/3 majority to pass the bills. Accordingly, in line with our excellent rules, I move that we suspend our excellent rules, 1, to rescind our earlier decision in respect of these 3 bills.
Federal lawmakers in the House reacted positively to the decision to rescind on their earlier decision.
The women lobbied, and they lobbied very, 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 very well. I think they did a good job. I will not throw them under the bus and say they didn't lobby enough. They did a very, very, very good job. But again, like we said, culture and religion, they're as old as civilization. They are hard to kill, they are hard to bury, they are hard to forget. But we've done a good job today. Everybody came, everybody expressed their opinion, and we all came to a common ground.
Though the fight for women inclusion has been on for over 20 years, since 1999. But for the past 1 week, the tempo has been higher than it was. And it is justifiably so. I say so because it's a moment in time for Nigeria to adjust her legal framework towards becoming better than we met it.
It will be recalled that different women groups in their large numbers blocked the main entrance to the National Assembly to protest against what they described as injustice against women in the country.
Now, to join the cause, wives of Nigerian state governors are among women protesting groups that stormed the National Assembly on Tuesday to demand reconsideration for gender bills rejected by the parliament. The group said they have anonymously decided to vote for only women in the 2023 general elections in protest against the rejection. The report.
Nigerian women!
According to the women groups, the male lawmakers do not have their interests at heart. As such, they have vowed to mobilize women in all the 774 local government areas of Nigeria to ensure that women are voted in massively into various positions in the coming 2023 general elections.
The message the women are sending to all of you is that you neglect us, you will lose elections. From now on, because we, the women, are not just the ones who carry you for 9 months, nurture you, bring you into this world, strengthen you and bring you up and educate you and support you to become human beings. We now support you through your electoral processes. Stand for you. It is the women who campaign the most for the men.
As mothers, as wives, as daughters, as sisters of Nigeria, we are here to stand in solidarity with all Nigerian women. This country belongs to all of us. Does it not? Yes. At least 50% of the population of this country is women. We don't want to be marginalized again. We have all that it takes to occupy any position in the country. All we are asking for is give us our 95% affirmative action. Nothing less than that.
The women parliamentarians are less than number. The same thing with the Senate. So the question is, who is afraid of the Nigerian woman? As you have heard, we women will sing and dance, we will support, we will stay in the sun and rain, but when it comes to the real thing, we are neglected. Yes, we are women. There's nothing wrong in singing and dancing, but we sing to our own songs and dance to our own tunes, not what they want us to do.
Well, the parliament, of course, like you said, is the men's parliament, and they have shown us that they have absolutely no regards for women. They do not respect women. The women of Nigeria are not seen as citizens. They do not care. And it is time for us as women also to begin to go at them where it will hurt them the most, and that's at the polls. Here we are out here, we are protesting, but it's symbolic, right? But we need to go beyond that. We need to ensure that we are putting women into office.
Notable women groups present at the rally include International Federation of Women Lawyers, FIDA, Youth Initiatives for Advocacy, Growth and Advancement, Yaga Africa, among others.
There you have it. Nigerian women are furious. You're still watching Trust TV News Update. Coming up, another tragedy strikes in Katsina. You get to see the details of that story and more after the break. Do stay.
This is Trust TV, documenting the Nigerian story.
Welcome back. If you are just joining us, this is Trust TV News Update. Here are our top stories. Terrorists killed 3 persons and abducted many in Ungwantoma community in Munya local government area of Niger State. People's Democratic Party has elected 2 governorship candidates at parallel primaries in Osun State. Still ahead, the Nigeria Center for Disease Control (NCDC) has recorded 118 COVID-19 infections in 3 states. The agency data showed 3 persons were discharged after they recovered from the infection. No death was reported on Tuesday, making it the 18th day with no fatality. The NCDC said the report includes 68 cases reported for the FCT from March 7, 2022, with 60 of the cases being returnees from Ukraine. Nigeria now has a total of over 200,000 confirmed cases, over 200,000 recoveries, and 3,142 deaths. Elsewhere, residents of Vision FM staff quarters in Katsina, Fikira Abdullahi, has been razed down by fire in the early hours of Monday. The fire destroyed valuables and almost everything in the house. Abdullahi Yamadi visits the scene and now reports.
Though no life was lost, money and jewelries as well as properties valued at about 7 million naira were lost to the inferno. The victim, Alhaji Fikira Abdullahi, told Trust Television that the cause of the incident is not yet identified, as there was no electricity or any other source of fire as at the time of the outbreak. Every Muslim must believe in destiny. I took it like that. God knows the best. And I pray that this unfortunate situation will not repeat itself again. God forbid. He said congestion and lack of access road to the house prevented the men and officers of the fire service from arriving early, but Samaritans in the area assisted greatly in stopping the fire from affecting the nearby houses. Alhaji Fikira, however, commended the fire service for their efforts in quenching the inferno in spite of all odds. He said he and his wives, as well as his children, were left with nothing beside the clothes on them. We lost almost everything. Both my 3 wives and children left this house with nothing. It is the will of God.
yadda dai muka fita haka daga mun sai wannan kayan cikin.
One of his wives, Hajiya Rukaya, narrates her ordeal to Trust Television. There is nothing to attribute to the cause of this fire. We were all around, but almost every valuable, including money, jewelries, furniture, to mention but a few, have gone. We thank God for everything and every situation. It could be recalled that fire outbreaks have gutted properties worth billions of naira in Katsina State from January 2021 to date. Abdullahi Ismayamadi, Trust Television News, Katsina.
A tragic story there. Still ahead, Deputy Inspector General of Police Joseph Egbunike, who headed a special investigative panel that probed the suspended Deputy Commissioner of Police, Abba Kyari, has died. Daily Trust reports that the senior police slumped in his office on Tuesday and he was rushed to the National Hospital where he was confirmed dead. Egbunike was named to head the probe panel set up last year by the Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba, to investigate alleged link of Abba Kyari with the billionaire fraudster Abbas Rahman, popularly known as Hush Puppy. Before his appointment as DIG in 2020, he headed the Force Finance Department and subsequently deployed to head Force Criminal Investigation and Intelligence Department of the Force. May his soul rest in peace. Still ahead, Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, has assured Nigerians that the second Niger Bridge will be completed this year. The minister said this during an on-the-spot assessment visit to the construction sites, urging Nigerians not to doubt the construction process to meet deadline. Fashola said toll-free collection will be reintroduced for maintenance of the bridge.
I think on the 15th of March, and the west boundary on the 2nd of April. So in construction, there are things that you expect will happen on week 1 that may happen in week 2. So all of these
And on the foreign scene, United States has rejected Poland's offer to send its MiG-29 fighter jets to Ukraine via a U.S. airbase in Germany, saying the proposal raised serious concerns for the entire NATO alliance. Pentagon spokesman John Kirby, in a statement, said the prospect of the jets flying from a U.S. NATO base into airspace that is contested with Russia over Ukraine raises serious concerns for the entire NATO alliance. Kirby said they will continue to consult with Poland and other NATO allies about the issue and the difficult logistical challenges it presents, adding that Poland's proposal is not an attainable one. Warsaw made the offer on Tuesday amid repeated appeals from Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky for more warplanes to replenish his country's air force as it defends against invading Russian forces. Russia has warned that supporting Ukraine's air force will be seen in Moscow as participating in the conflict and open up supplies to possible retaliation. And that's it on News Updates. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms. I'm Zainab Bala. Thanks for your time and company.